I'm gonna try to go tow that right now, hook it up, keep y'all posted. This is gonna be an extra crazy trip, even more so than I thought. I've already flown to North Carolina and back. Now I'm about to drive there and back. And y'all just bear with me, boys. It's gonna be a rough one. Now, when we get over here, Mikey can just set it on the bumper or whatever. I know it's way up there, but however we got it set. Yeah, it's gonna have to be all the way up there on the back side. Just mowing up my leaves since I don't have much grass one final time, and I'm using the old 350D to move the trailer around so I can mow underneath it. And I'm also going to put it where I want it. I think I'm going to use this little bit of a slope from where I was going to put the shop to make it less steep getting up on the trailer, so I don't pick the truck up too much, because last time I loaded the F-250 on here, it picked up the whole. Your truck's moving. Cummins that was hooked to it. So got my daughter over here. She's gonna help me ride the four-wheeler around and get this thing in position, but figured I'd share because this is a big old trailer, 20 foot. You want to get up? All right, get on up. She loves this thing. It's a big old trailer and a little four-wheeler pulling it, so I thought it's kind of funny. And this is sharp, so we'll get her away from here. This is the bed from the 2016 truck. I'm gonna end up using the centerpiece here, and then I'll mount the bed sides from the old truck onto it so that it'll bolt right in with all the stock bolt locations. You can see this is just where the bolt was before. That's just the rubberized coating on there, but all these bolt holes will still line up with the same frame. I'm not shortening the frame at all. I'm just putting the old body around it like a reskin. Say hi.
Cheese.
All right, we successfully flew in to Norfolk, Virginia. It's about an hour from where we're going to be living. I've got a backpack full of snacks for the kid and a car seat on my back and my 2-year-old right here. And we're going to go find my wife's new car. She does not know that it's hers. She thinks that we rented an Escalade. So I'm gonna go try to find it. Hopefully no one stole it because my brother left the keys in it. But I think I see it maybe up here on the end. So we'll go check it out, get a sneak peek before my wife sees it, and hopefully catch her reaction, see if she really likes the car, see if she says she wants it, and then I can tell her it's hers. Yeah, this looks like it right here. I had the wheels painted black for her. Oh man, this thing is slick. Woo. All right, my brother said that he hid the key on the passenger rear wheel well. So we'll see if we find it here. Let's see. All right, guys, we found the key. It is on the rear, like 4-link setup here, whatever this trailing arm is. But yeah, there it is right there. All right, I got the key now. Open it up, check it out real quick. I gotta put the kid's car seat in here. I've been looking for the brown leather. My wife fell in love with it after I actually was showing her pictures of one that I tried to buy her like 2 years ago, and I don't see the brown leather very often. So she's ready to go. I'm gonna get her car seat in. My wife's standing in there with the baby in the airport, so gotta go. But this thing is mint. Oh, her face. Ooh, she seems excited. Ugh. Woo, that thing is clean. We're gonna have to keep this rental. They ain't getting it back. That thing is too nice. All right, let me get this stuff. There's a longboard back here, and I really don't know why.
The dash is wrapped in leather.
I think that's real wood too. We made it after a crazy few weeks of closing on the house and traveling, getting up here. My wife and 2 kids and I have made it to our new house. It's way bigger than our last one. It's 2-story and 3,000 square foot. And it was actually cheaper than our house in Florida, what we sold it for, just because of where we were at near the beach. And now we're more in the country. But really excited about this. I already got a back porch, a little screened in porch, and it's not the biggest yard. So you can see I've marked out my spot over here for the shop, and it's gonna take up a lot of the shop. So I got 2 options here I wanna show y'all real quick. Just kind of my thought process of where to put the shop. I've got this little string and some little bamboo sticks I got at Lowe's, and I got my father-in-law's Bronco photobombing us in the background there. That thing's sweet. But this is a 24 by 30 foot square right here, and I'm still figuring out exactly where the property line is, but I try to give myself some leeway of at least like 7 foot off the line. We're also planning on doing a fence in the backyard, but you can see here this is a pretty good size spot. I hope to fit my crew cab long bed and my crew cab short bed Ford trucks in here, and also do my whole body swap and everything with a lift, so it'll be a taller building. I'm not sure how well you can see this string on the camera, but pretty good size. Here, I'll walk all the way around it. Before I do though, I also have 10 foot farther back another set of sticks just for my own reference here. If I go 24 by 40, I'll be back here by the flower bed, which I'm not worried about. We can go as far back as we want, pretty much till we get to the property line. So just kind of have to decide how close we want it to the house, and what we can actually get away with code and everything. So if we do it like this, we'll have, you know, either 2 garage doors here, 10 by 10, or maybe 1 big one, and it kind of will be accessed from the driveway. And then we'll have some kind of little, you know, we'll have room to walk through here basically and get the lawnmower and everything, and also have to cut around it for the grass. But this isn't too bad. It definitely cuts off this little side part of the backyard, but we do have the deck, and then the kids have the whole back area there. So basically part of our plan was get my wife a house that she really liked as far as size and just overall style and everything. You know how people get about their houses. I was more concerned about having a shop, so we're kind of compromising. Bigger house, smaller yard. So I'm taking up some of the yard with the shop. I also have a good sized 2-car garage here, so that's going to be really nice. Really looking forward to the extra space here with the house and just being back here in North Carolina. It's been quite the journey. I've already done this at my other house, planned on installing a shop there, and that didn't work out. My career and family has taken me closer to home, and we're thankful because it worked out. We made money on our house, and we have a bigger house now, and we're just through the moon. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'll keep you posted as we get an update on where we're putting the shop, and we'll just kind of see what's going to happen next, because I have to go back and get all our stuff. We have movers coming, packing everything up. I'm going to drive my trailer up with my project truck on it, pulling it with the Excursion. So a lot going on. Y'all be sure to stay tuned. All right, my father-in-law just dropped me off in the Bronco. That was a nice trip talking to him in the Bronco. I'm packing light this time. Just got my cookout drink and a backpack, and we're gonna see if we can fly home and help the movers get the rest of my stuff together, pack it in a big old 18-wheeler, and then I'm gonna be hauling all our real sentimental stuff in our Excursion and driving back with the trailer with the project truck. So wish me luck. All right, y'all, I made it to my house in Florida, and the movers have packed up all the boxes. We got all our clothes and everything in here, shoes, all kinds of stuff. We've got baby things packed up, everything but the big stuff, the beds and things like that, and these chairs and couches are gonna be packed up by the driver and his crew. So I just had packers come, and just everything that was in every drawer and every cabinet has been packed up, including a bunch of stuff in the garage. So we got all that packed up, but we got I'll take a look here. So a lot of boxes, and then I have a lot of bigger items that they couldn't pack. And we have Tropical Storm or maybe Hurricane Idalia coming on Wednesday, which is the day my truck is supposed to get here to load all this stuff up. And then my plan was on Wednesday, after they load up and take off, I'm going to drive my Excursion, pulling my project truck up to North Carolina. Well, now it is Monday. They packed up everything in a day really quickly, even though I was trying to make sure they went nice and slow and packed everything really carefully. They were able to do it carefully in a day. So I'm gonna actually try to leave now on Monday, drive the truck and trailer up overnight, and unload the project truck before a hurricane hits it, because I bought that thing in a storm and I hate to get it wet again. I'm going to saran wrap it, but it's just, you know, a hurricane is not great for anything you're towing that has no cab on it. So I'm going to try to go tow that right now, hook it up, keep y'all posted. This is going to be an extra crazy trip, even more so than I thought. I've already flown to North Carolina and back. Now I'm about to drive there and back. And y'all just bear with me, boys. It's going to be a rough one. Alright, we're cruising in the 6.7. This thing is not ready for the rain. I've been covering it up with a tarp and some plastic wrap, but I don't think it should sit here another day, so I'm going to load her up. And my plan is, I've got the trailer all jacked up in the front, not much of a lip here, and I'm going to try to drive it up on without the truck, because it just picks up the truck anyway. And wish me luck. We'll see. I haven't done it like this, but in a little bit of a hurry, and I'm trying to get this thing out of here before the storm. Well, that went better than I thought. I am sweating it, as you can see. It's still 90 something degrees in Florida, and yeah, she's on there, so obviously it needs to come up a little bit more. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and lower the tongue down onto the trailer hitch, and at this point I should be good to go. Attaching to the truck, let the truck take the weight of the trailer and everything. But I wanted to use the trailer itself and this hill I have in my yard instead of the ramps, just to make this a quicker process. I already had the trailer set up like this, and it worked out pretty well. So this was already dug in like this because I backed it down thinking it would slide, but it just dug in. But I gotta get this piece of the bed back on here too. This is the center of the bed from the 16 truck. I thought it would go in between the tires, but tires are too thick. It's gonna hang out right in here. Once I get this thing pulled up, tire will be about there. That's a pretty good level spot from last time. I think probably center right here. Don't want to be too far forward, put too much tongue weight. Too far back, the trailer will sway real bad, especially with this much weight. So I'm gonna get to hooking up the truck, strap it down. But as you can see, proof of concept, fits on the trailer like that. Nothing too crazy. It looked a little wild putting it on the trailer with no truck hooked to it, but it worked out. So got my tie down ring, and I should be ready to go. I also do need to strap the bed to the frame and the cab to the bed, and this firewall piece here for the inner wheel wells, inner fenders, those need to be strapped down too. So a lot of strapping to do, and I'm already sweating, but I got to get this thing out of here before the storm comes. Once again, I got somebody edging in my video, but you can see here I pulled it out on the concrete just to make sure on level ground I'm happy with where the weight is. And I think I am going to pull it forward about an inch just to make sure that my weight is right. It's about 50-50 right now, and I want a little bit more weight in the front. This thing just has this big heavy engine in the front, and these old body pieces don't weigh too much. So I'm trying not to be all the way in the front, but I do want a good like 70-30 of my weight in the front. So the Excursion's looking pretty good too. It doesn't look too loaded down, sitting about level. All right guys, we're about 5 minutes down the road at the first gas station that was well lit. Figured I'd show y'all the setup. The Excursion does not seem to be overloaded. I was definitely concerned. I got a big rig going by here. Love that sound. I can't complain about that. But this thing's sitting maybe a little bit high in the front. It's loaded down for sure, but I think it'll be all right. We're not super squatting or on the bump stops or anything yet. But this thing is all wrapped up with some plastic wrap that I bought just for this trip. I got the piece of the bed with one big strap on it. I got my straps on that part of the cab. This is strapped down. I got the cab strapped to the bed, and then this fender well strapped to that, so hopefully that doesn't blow out, because that would really put a big hole in something. Got my little flag back here, little orange ratchet strap there. Everything is crisscrossed here to the axles. Tire pressure's checked. You can see I didn't want my dash and my head unit and everything getting wet. So we'll see how it goes. Figured I'd show you all this real quick. I actually stopped to pull my tow mirrors out because I forgot to do that. And these are not electric because this is a 2002. So I gotta get out and do it manually. So I'm gonna do that real quick, get on the road. Hopefully I'm gonna make it to Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina. That's gonna be my next stop if I don't have to stop for gas first. They're 24 hours, so I'll go in there and get a snack and keep going. So it's about 11 o'clock at night right now. I got a 9-hour trip, so I'm gonna be driving all night. I'm gonna stop as needed, but just gonna try to get up there before the rain comes and see what we can do. Well, I lied. I decided to look under here at the bump stop, and I don't think y'all can see that, but we are in fact on the bump stop already, sitting here flat. So it's going to be riding on that all the way through the night, but I replaced them just for this trip. Hopefully I'll have some bump stops left when I get there, and it should be a smooth ride riding on rubber the whole time, so we'll see how that rolls. I haven't made it to Buc-ee's yet. Needed to stop for gas, and if I haven't said it 100 times yet, this is a Gas Excursion. It's got the V10 instead of the 7.3, which is what this would have had if it was a diesel in the 2002 Excursion. They also had the 5.4 gas that is pretty underpowered for this size of a rig, but this thing's doing excellent so far. I've been pulling 70 miles an hour with overdrive off, so it's just not in the highest gear, at about 3,000 RPM. Super smooth. I mean, I know I'm on the bump stops, but it feels really cush and nothing too crazy. This thing's actually riding better, I think, while towing. It's nice and like planted and straight and stable. Seems like the trailer brake controller's working that I got from Red Arc. That's doing an excellent job of keeping this thing slowing down when I need it to. And it's super like small, of a little button, and like it's all tucked up in the dash. I'm really happy with how that came out. So I'm getting this thing topped off. I'm gonna keep going up to Buc-ee's, hopefully get some snacks and everything. And I think I'm gonna leave a couple Grappaholics decals there to put on Instagram for people to find. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. I did notice this was kind of blowing in the wind here, so I'm gonna try to tuck that in a little bit. But really nothing major. Let's look at the dash and everything again. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I had to throw some tape up here, but that looks good too. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, I'm at Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Definitely taking my time. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but we made it. I'm filling up again. I didn't quite fill up at the last place because gas is cheaper here at Buc-ee's, but getting that done. Check out that rig right there. That is a big old RV and a nice new Jeep. The people at Buc-ee's at 4 a.m. There's actually a good amount of people here, but there's like a million gas pumps, so you can't tell. But yeah, just checking all my straps. Everything's looking good so far. My little knots are looking good. Nothing's fallen off yet, right? Let me check this thing again. Yep, that looks good. My plastic seems to be holding up, I think. It hasn't rained anywhere yet. I'm really just trying to make sure my dash and all that stuff stays dry. Cool. Yeah, it's looking good. We'll go in here and see what kind of snacks we can find. Something good, maybe some pretzels, some jerky, all that. So let me know in the comments if you guys have been to a Buc-ee's, what you guys like to get from here. It's a little bit of a tradition now since the last time I moved. When I first started this truck project about 2 years ago, I did stop at the Buc-ee's there near Mobile, Alabama, where I was stationed before. So I've been dragging this truck all over the South and still haven't finished it yet, but finally getting to a place I think I'm gonna stay a while, build a shop, and just go to town on it. So bear with me and stay tuned for what happens next. I'll try to give a quick tour for those of you that haven't been to one of these Buc-ee's. It's basically a big old gas station. It is not a truck stop. They don't let any 18-wheelers here, so this is just for like tourists and regular travelers. But they always got grills and all kinds of random stuff set out. They're jamming out today. Usually you can't even walk because of all the people, but it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so not too crazy. They got some spooky stuff going on. So over here you'll have all your like pre-packaged random snacks and drinks and everything. And then they got the whole drink machine set up, all the coffee. They got so many stalls in the restroom, you'll never have to wait in line. And then more drinks here, some pre-made little snacks and stuff or whatever, fruit. And then they got people making sandwiches. Yeah, it's a little chilly in here. A bunch of different sauces. They have a little bakery action like Disneyland or something, Disney World. Cookies. They got so many kinds of jerky. I like this one, the Bohemian garlic. That stuff's good. Let me know which one y'all like the best. And then they have a whole gift shop over here of like random Buc-ee's stuff. People are like really Buc-ee's crazy. Like I've got a lot of buddies at work that are like super into Buc-ee's. It is from Texas and everything's bigger in Texas, but one of my buddies from Texas wears like the Buc-ee's board shorts and shirts and everything all the time. A lot of people are really into it. They sell shoes in here. My wife's been wearing a pair of shoes she got from Buc-ee's for like 2 years. Maybe more than that. They hold up pretty well. Just like some slippers she wears out in the backyard. But yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. A lot of country things, little signs, and some giant wood thing if you want that. But they got everything here in Buc-ee's. So I'm gonna grab something to eat, go to the bathroom, and get back on the road. I ended up grabbing some beaver nuggets, which are like they kind of remind me of like the Reese's Puff cereal a little bit. It's got that kind of texture but more buttery. And then I got some of that Bohemian garlic jerky I like. And pro tip, you gotta like have them hand you the jerky out of the glass. If you get a bag of it, it's not as good. And then I got some cheese to go with it, you know, a little meat and cheese action. And I got a root beer, a Buc-ee's root beer. So that's what I got. And I also just stashed a couple Grappaholics decals here and put it on my Instagram story for people to find in the morning. I got 3 of them there. They're ones that are kind of beat up from me taking to events and stuff like that. They're just they're not good enough to sell, so I'm giving those away at pump 219, but somebody should find it by the time y'all see this. But I'm gonna get back on the road. I'm like halfway there and it's 4 in the morning, so I got a long road ahead of me, but at least I got to stretch my legs and walk around in there for a bit, and hopefully it's smooth for the rest of the way. I just took a little 20-minute nap from about 6:15 to 6:45 in Dunn, North Carolina, just outside of Fayetteville, it looks like. About 3 hours away, and sun's coming up now. It's pretty cloudy and foggy though. Not raining quite yet, so got that going for us. But I think I kind of like driving at night a little better, because now I see how much my plastic's blowing around, and my roof of my bump side cab that's cut in half is jiggling around in the wind like some jello. So that's kind of upsetting, but couldn't see none of that all night, so it was fine. But now it's kind of like catching my attention. Made it up to the new house, got the truck unloaded,
I even put it in the garage, and I've had some time to put the seats in it. And you can see it's a pretty solid little go-kart here with no top. And I'm excited to take this thing off-roading in a couple weeks to Uwharrie National Park. So I'm gonna go do that. Y'all stay tuned for that. We'll see what these 42s can do and hopefully not break the thing. Should be a lot of fun. But back to the trip. This video was getting long, but I did actually turn around and go back right into the storm with my empty trailer to pick up my daily driver car. That way it didn't get left behind, and I had to go, spend more time going to get it later. Did it all in just a couple days. Moved up here real quick. So check out the next video where I get all my stuff packed up in the 18-wheeler and drive through that storm. It was crazy, but thankfully we all made it safe.
Oh yeah, now we're in it, boys. Yep, I can't see a thing.